All right, I'm gonna try to take a picture fast. So what I'm doing right now is I'm laying UV lights, and then I take a long exposure Polaroid for like 30 seconds or to a minute and just let it sit there with the lens open. Oh God, dude, I feel like something's happening.
Suddenly, Aaron gets a notification on his phone, and we can sense something is wrong.
Dude. Hold on for a second.
What's going on? You alright? You okay?
Bro, the police are in my house.
What?
I gotta go outside.
It's fine, but I'm not staying in here by myself.
I don't know what's going on. Aaron was getting a phone call or something. He said the police are at his house, and he said he had to go outside.
At this point, we will not be showing any further footage, but it is at this moment that Aaron receives a call from the police that his wife has been arrested and charged with conspiracy to commit murder by hiring a hitman to have Aaron killed.
Sometimes, when you spend your whole life searching for ghosts and demons, you start to believe that the scariest things in this world are the ones hiding in the shadows. But the truth is, the most terrifying thing on this planet is not a ghost. It's not a demon. It's humans. And sometimes, that person is sleeping right next to you. This is Aaron Goodwin. For over 19 seasons on Ghost Adventures, he has walked into some of the most terrifying locations in America. Haunted prisons, abandoned asylums, cursed mansions. By 2022, life outside the show looked just as good. He married his wife Victoria. They tied the knot at Disneyland at the Haunted Mansion ride, which feels almost poetic now. To everyone watching, they were the perfect couple. They were not. In 2024, Victoria came across a true crime documentary. It was about a man named Grant Amato, a convicted murderer sitting in a Florida prison, serving 3 consecutive life sentences for killing his own mother, his father, and his brother. Most people watch something like that and feel disturbed. But Victoria, she reached out to him. She found him on Facebook. He had a contraband phone smuggled inside his cell. Within weeks, the two of them were deep in a secret relationship, exchanging messages like they had known each other for years. She told him her marriage was broken, that she felt trapped, that Aaron would never agree to a divorce, and Grant Amato told her exactly what she wanted to hear, and together they started planning the unthinkable. In October 2024, Victoria and Grant began coordinating a murder for hire. She set aside over $11,000. She gave them Aaron's location, his hotel, his car, his filming schedule. While Aaron was on the road, hunting ghosts, she was hunting him. She texted the hitman directly.
He's asleep right now in the hotel room. I need to know what's going on. Can I get an update? Was it done?
She was asking for confirmation that her husband was dead. In another message, this one to Grant, she wrote,
Am I a bad person? Because I chose to end his existence, not divorce.
The only reason Aaron Goodwin is alive today is because a prison guard in Florida found a contraband phone in Grant Amato's cell. On that phone, everything, every message, every payment detail, every instruction she had given. Las Vegas police moved immediately. They went straight to Aaron's house. The problem was, Aaron wasn't home. He was hundreds of miles away, in the dark, filming Ghost Adventures. And that is the moment you watched at the very start of this chapter. The phone call in the middle of that asylum. That was the moment Aaron's world fell apart. Victoria pleaded guilty. And on June 5th, 2025, Aaron Goodwin stood up in a Las Vegas courtroom, looked at the woman he thought was his best friend, and said this.
Your Honor, for 7 years I thought I was in the most loving relationship and marriage with my best friend. Someone who I trusted whole heart and laughed with every day. Someone who made me feel like I was settled. Like I was her one and only. I was loyal to her and did whatever I could to make her happy. I thought we were something very special, and so did everyone else. After finding out she was cheating on me in September of last year with multiple men, including the man going by the name Vincent, who turned out to be Gran Amato, I gave her the option of divorce where we could try to work it out because I love her so much.
The judge sentenced Victoria to 3 to 7.5 years in prison. As Aaron walked out of that courtroom, he was heard saying, almost to himself, "All I wanted to do was hug her, but it's all so wrong."
Ew, look, see, it's only a deer trail now. People aren't here. Is that fog already sitting in down there? Look at that, creeping across the field. Normal. Fog. I'm not trying to be sick, but I'm just showing you. It smells like urine up here, but not people. It smells funny. No way, what is that? No. Dude, that's a rusty fucking hammer. I just seen it because I was gonna place this down. I haven't looked down there. I don't know about that. That's...
When urban explorer D started her live stream, it seemed like a standard walk. But right at the tree line, there is a massive atmospheric anomaly, a highly concentrated, dense pocket of fog resting in an otherwise completely clear field. Localized weather like this is often considered a thinning of the veil, a physical doorway, and that rusted hammer sitting right on the perimeter, it feels less like garbage and more like an anchor meant to keep that doorway open. Despite the heavy atmosphere, she decides to step through. As night fully takes over, the psychology of the forest changes entirely. She immediately feels the shift.
Oh my God. Okay. It's new. It has no debris on it. I mean, it's a little dirty and wet from the rain, but it's wet, but it's not. It's new, but it's not new, if that makes any sense. It's like there should be more debris and it's covered up. I didn't miss anybody. Good. Okay. Here we go. My glow ball is going off in my thing. I thought I had them all turned off. Hello? What was that? Orlando, thank you, darling. You're the best. You are doing an awesome job. Thank you. I love when you guys send me little notes with it. You guys are the best. Thank you. What's following me? Run. I don't know. Behind you? Stop it. I swear sometimes these spirits are big trolls too. You guys might have to listen to what it's saying, because sometimes I can't always hear it or make it out. Woohoo! Fall apart. Leave. I'm leaving. I'm slowly getting out of here. What is out here with me? Watch my live, so he's got to text me real quick. What is that? Dude, what is that? What is that?
Something is actively tracking her. If you watch closely in the dark brush, you'll catch it. Red, piercing eyes. But the terrifying detail here isn't just that she's being watched. It's how she's seeing it. She explicitly notes that she can only see this entity through her phone screen.
No. Damn it! There's the one up there. Do you see it? Hold on. There's one up there. What? That's not the same one I saw. I can only see that through the phone. I can't see it with my eyes.
Human biology is blind to it, but the digital sensor is picking up frequencies, likely infrared, that her naked eyes cannot translate.
What's it doing? Guys, am I freaking out? I'm not freaking. Oh my God! It just cocked its freaking head both ways. Hello. Hi, I'm sorry. Ugh. Hi. Hello. Come back. Okay, I'm shaking, guys. I'm sorry. Hi. Did you see it cock its head the other direction, dude?
Whatever this is, it exists just outside our physical perception. Then, the behavior shifts. The eyes fade out, only to return glowing a stark white. Notice the subtle movement, the head tilt. In animal psychology, that is a distinct marker of predatory curiosity. It's no longer just observing. It is actively evaluating her, trying to calculate if she is a threat or simply prey.
See, there it went again. It just dropped. It's not being thrown, it's dropping. That was so cool. He didn't do anything, but that doesn't mean he's not gonna. Let's keep your eyes open, guys. Please keep your eyes open and let me know. I'm watching between the trees. I don't see any eye shine. I don't see any with my eyes. I'm looking through the camera. Let's zoom in a little bit more. I can scan a little better. Oh, that was so cool. Okay, everybody calm down. There's something behind me right here. Ah. Ooh. I need to get through there. Hi. Okay. Yeah, I see the second one now.
Things escalate quickly. The entity begins using auditory disorientation. Sounds rapidly bounce from directly in front of her to instantly behind her, breaking her spatial awareness. And when the eyes return, they are rapidly shifting between yellow and white, and the distance between them has grown immensely. It's either climbed high into the canopy, or we are looking at a creature of massive proportions.
Oh, right there. It's smaller and its eye's not red, but it's like an amberish silver. Oh, there's a third one. Did you see that? Over to the right. Oh my God, I've got to come through that way, please. I'm turning my light out to prove I don't need to shine light for them to reflect their eyes. There's no light pointing at them. Okay, it's still standing there, so let me zoom in. Sorry guys, I don't mean to do that. It's kind of hard to... Hey, I'm coming through. Hey, woo. Just let me be able to see where you're at now. Zoom me out a little bit. What is going on? There's two looking at me now. Are those one big set or is that separate? It's freaking me out. I don't know, maybe that's the littlest one I've got. I need to get over into the middle more. Ow, God, I just put myself in the eyeball. Oh my God. Dude, stop. Okay, hey. Hi. Okay, I screwed up, guys. Hello. Oh my God, it's right there and it's above me and it's tall and I don't know what to do. Oh my God, okay. Hi. Okay. It let its red down a little bit. Okay, I took a step. All right, hi. I'll step back. Don't eat me now. Come on. Hello. Hi. I don't mean to make you mad. I will leave right now. Just let me go. Okay, the red went down a little bit. Notice? Now watch when I take a... Aha, see? As soon as I moved. I've got to go. I need you to let me out. Guys, there's nothing. There's nothing there. Tangerine, thank you. I need you to let me go, honey. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm not here to hurt anybody. I just want to see your structures back here. My God, it's so tall, dude. It is so tall. Okay. Hi. Nothing. Guys, there's nothing there. Hi. It's so tall, and it's right in front of me. It's 20 feet, 3 feet, 2 steps, 3 steps for it. My God, and it's not blinking. Oh God, okay, everybody please. I'm down, okay, I'm down. I'm on my knees. I'm begging now, come on. Come on now. Oh my God, I'm not gonna panic, I'm not panicking.
A set of red eyes, towering nearly 10 feet in the air. But here is where logic completely breaks down. Animal eyes possess a membrane that reflects light back at the source. When Dee points her flashlight away, the entity's eyes stay completely illuminated. That isn't a reflection, that is biological illumination. And when the beam hits it directly, there is no physical mass, no fur, no skin, just burning eyes floating in the void.
I can't move. I got one's behind me and this one in front of me, and I can't do anything. It's my way, man. I can't go anywhere. Okay. Please. Where'd you go? I can see it, but I can't get it on camera. Okay. I bent down. Okay. I'm on my knees here, man. Okay. The one's freaking out behind me. And then I've got to keep my eyes on this one. I don't know what he's going to do. If I turn, I don't know what's going to happen. Damn it. Oh, he's so big, man. Okay. Fuck. Please. Okay. I don't know how to beg. I'm standing up, okay? I'm standing. I'm panicking and I'm trying not to, guys. Okay, I gotta walk your direction, man. Let me go. Let me go. Guys, he's so big. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Oh my God, okay. Big giant waist to like, oh my God. Guys, I'm being watched. I don't know if you can see that. Hello. It's not red, and it's nowhere near as big, but it's yellow. Okay. I just need to get, there's 2. There's 2 of them. I don't know if I can catch it. I can't get the second one. I seen it with my eyes and not the camera. Okay. Okay. I am in here so damn deep. I don't even know if I'm going the right way. I'm like, my brain is fried right now. I don't even know. I'm leaving. I'm just trying to, even though those back here, I just want them to know I'm going. My voice is leaving. It's getting further away. So is my light. I'm going. Whoop, whoop, talking loud. I'm leaving. Guys, what's wrong? Wait a minute. Okay. Am I going in circles? Wait a minute. I just passed that. Guys, I just passed that. Stop. Did I just walk in fucking... Wait a minute. Guys. The whole fucking woods, did you see me walk up a hill? The whole woods have changed. What the fuck? Guys, that is not where I just fucking walked from. What is that? There's a fence. What the fuck is happening? Oh my God. I just walked past all of this.
She's completely surrounded, the sounds of snapping branches closing in from all sides. She begs for release, and strangely, the pressure drops. But this is where the footage gets truly, deeply unsettling. Look at the topography. Right before the ambush, she walked up a steep, heavy incline. Now, as the entities back off, The elevation is entirely gone. The terrain is flat. The landscape has actively rewritten itself. If you're a fan of the series From, this spatial looping and shifting geometry is going to look incredibly familiar. She hasn't just walked into the woods, she's walked into a localized dimension, a labyrinth designed to disorient, trap, and loop its victims until they break. After hours of walking in circles, the forest finally decides to let her go. She finds the exit, but predators don't just let you leave, they escort you to the edge of their territory. As she walks out, completely unaware, you can see those glowing optics lingering deep in the brush, watching her cross the boundary. She makes it back to the exact same empty field from the beginning of the night. But as she scans the distance, far from the fog, a tall, pale anomaly phases in and out of the darkness. It perfectly matches the global archetype of the woman in white. But let's stop and really process the sheer, terrifying scale of what Dee just survived. Think about the paranormal implications of this footage. In one single night, in one localized area, she recorded an impossible variety of entities. First, the shorter red eyes in the brush, acting almost like scouts or lower-level parasites. Then, the 10-foot-tall red-eyed entity that orchestrated the ambush, manipulating the sounds in the woods. And worst of all, the massive white-eyed watcher in the canopy. Based on how incredibly far apart those glowing white eyes were, the creature's face alone would have to be over 3 feet wide, attached to a body tall enough to reach the very top of the tree line. Here is the most disturbing theory. Nature does not allow this many different apex predators to share the exact same hunting ground. They would kill each other for resources, unless they aren't from that ecosystem at all. This brings us right back to Minute 1, that isolated pocket of fog, the rusted hammer left in the dirt. That wasn't just an atmospheric anomaly. It was a physical tear in the fabric of reality, thinning of the veil. Dee didn't just walk into a haunted forest, she walked through an open doorway. The scouts, the towering giants, the woman in white, they didn't evolve in those woods. They spilled out of that rift, and the most chilling part, she left that forest, but nobody closed the door. What do you think she captured on camera? A cryptid hotspot, a glitch in our reality, or a torn veil bleeding into our world? Let me know your theories in the comments below. We've all had that feeling. You're at a park late at night, and the shadows just seem a little too heavy. For a TikTok creator named Moises, a simple family outing turned into a masterclass in paranormal stalking. Most people watch this footage and see a spooky figure behind a tree. But when you look at the bigger picture, you realize that what was behind the tree wasn't the real threat.
Eso. No te vas a golpear en la resbaladilla cuando te bajes.
¿Me bajo?
Sí.
Ah.
Mira. Espérate. Dana, ven. Vengan sobre acá. Mira, cheque. A ver, miren el árbol aquel. No, la neta, te lo juro que yo miraba algo. Como que se asomaba. A ver, vengan.
Ya me dio miedo.
No, es que yo miré algo, neta. No pasa nada. No, mi amor, no pasa nada, ven. No era nada, ven. ¿Qué?
¿Qué es?
No sé, no. Irga, sí se miró. ¡Hey! ¿Quién está ahí? Yo sí miré, alcancé a ver algo. Mira, ¿te checaste? ¿Viste? A ver. Oh, mira.
¿Qué es eso? Ay, no.
¡Hey! ¡Lujo! ¡Asómate! ¡No mames!
Moises is at a local park with his wife and young daughter when he notices something off. He pulls out his phone and focuses on a single tree in the distance. Watch the trunk closely. You can actually see two distinct entities. One remains perfectly still, a dark sliver watching from the side. But the second one is active, peeking in and out with a speed that doesn't look humanly possible. Realizing the danger, Moises calls his daughter over and begins to retreat. He thinks he's being cautious. He thinks he's watching the threat, but watch what happens at the 39-second mark. As the family turns to leave, the camera pans slightly. Most viewers miss this because they are still looking at the tree, but if we slow the footage down, standing in the open darkness behind them, a tall, solid shadow figure is standing perfectly still, watching their every move. While Moises was focused on the two peekers behind the tree, this third entity had already moved in behind them. This is called a pincer maneuver. One predator distracts the prey while the other moves in for the kill. Later that night, Moises returns. He leaves his daughter safely at home but comes back with his wife to see if the watchers are still there. The park is silent, but the energy has shifted from stalking to playfulness, or perhaps a display of strength. As he scans the area, a piece of workout equipment begins to move on its own. There's no wind, and no one is near it. Moving heavy machinery is a way for a spirit to show you exactly how much physical force it can exert. It's a warning. I'm strong enough to move this. Imagine what I can do to you. Critics immediately claimed it was just a person hiding behind the tree. To prove them wrong, Moises filmed a third clip. He stands behind the exact same tree to show the scale. Moises is a normal-sized man, but the tree trunk can't even cover half of his body. Remember, we saw two things peeking from that tree at the same time. For two entities to hide behind a trunk that small, they would have to be impossibly thin. When you combine their size with the fact that a third shadow was flanking the family from the rear, a terrifying theory emerges. These aren't ghosts of people. They are something else. Something thin, coordinated, and very, very hungry. Taking a job at a cemetery seems peaceful enough. It's quiet, secluded, and for the most part, your clients don't complain. But for a man named Nathaniel, who goes by Nate on TikTok, accepting a job as a groundskeeper was the exact moment his future was doomed. What starts as a few strange occurrences in a graveyard shed quickly spirals into a terrifying, multi-year documented nightmare. And as we dig into Nate's footage, you'll start to realize he isn't just dealing with a ghost. He might have stumbled onto something ancient, intelligent, and deeply malevolent.
So I heard the truck door shut or open. Of course, there's nobody out here that I can see. What the fuck? Pretty quiet morning, which is a good thing. Hopefully I don't jinx myself. Always on edge before the sun comes up for some reason. Anything going on today? Very good. Well, hope everybody has a good day, and let's hope that... Oh my... Jesus!
Our story begins in March of 2024. Nate starts uploading clips from his work shed. At first glance, it's your standard poltergeist activity. Tools shifting, objects being tossed across the room. It's creepy, sure, but Nate seems to brush it off as part of the job. But in the paranormal world, small physical interactions are just a test of boundaries. Whatever was in that shed was testing its strength, and we might know exactly what woke it up. Just a month later, Nate uploads this. A massive tree has violently crashed down directly onto a freshly dug grave. Nate explains that the woman buried here had one dying wish. She begged her family to be buried entirely alone. No one beside her, no graves nearby. But her family ignored her plea, burying her right in the middle of a crowded plot. Immediately after, this tree falls and crushes the site. Was this the restless wrath of a woman whose final wish was betrayed? Or did her family's broken promise tear a spiritual veil in this cemetery, inviting something else in? Because after this grave is disturbed, the activity changes completely. Nate begins spotting a bizarre figure dressed in red, stalking him from deep within the graveyard. It ducks behind tombstones, always keeping its distance. The red figure ducks down, and moments later, from that exact same spot, a deer casually walks out. The figure is completely gone. This isn't a standard haunting. A spirit that can manipulate the physical environment and change forms is often tied to skinwalkers or flesh gates. Are we looking at a shapeshifter guarding these grounds? If you need proof that this entity is intelligent, listen closely to this.
Waiting for the rain to stop so I can get some of this work done. And I'm hearing tapping or knocking on the walls. I went out. Nobody here. Nobody here. Sounded like it was coming off of this wall. I didn't see anything. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what is going on here, but
Nate is in his shed, recording a strange tapping sound. 3 distinct knocks, but then, underneath the ambient noise, his camera captures this.
I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what is going on here, but
Yeah, it's me. Yeah, it's me, Evan. Yeah, it's me. A raspy, demonic woman's voice. The chilling part? Nate's name isn't Evan. Is the entity calling itself Evan? Or is Evan the name of a past victim this demon is taunting? Things escalate rapidly. A gray apparition is caught darting between the headstones. A heavy shovel is violently thrown across the shed. A metal cabinet swings open right in front of him. Notice the aggression. This isn't residual energy. This is an angry force trying to drive him out. But here is where the story gets incredibly complicated.
it's proof behind all these shadows are malicious. Walking down this road, see a shadow flash corner of my eye over this way, so I start walking this way to see what I can see behind this tree. Within 5 seconds, this happens right where I would have been walking.
Nate explains that the night before, he saw a shadowy figure right here and followed it. Seconds after he stepped away, the massive tree collapsed right where he was standing. If he hadn't followed that shadow, he would be dead. This begs a massive question. Are there 2 entities in this graveyard? One throwing shovels and stalking him, and another, perhaps the woman whose dying wish was ignored, trying to protect him. By Halloween of 2024, the cemetery is fully alive. From the safety of his shed, Nate points his camera into the pitch-black night, only to capture glowing white eyes staring back at him. On other nights, he films multiple glowing orbs floating over the graves. Whatever veil was torn here, it has let an entire infestation through, and it's getting closer. While working near the tree line, Nate feels he's being watched. He starts recording, and at the 1:41 mark, a disembodied voice whispers directly into the mic. At your right.
So, I'm down here working over there, and I see what I thought was a person or something on 2 legs walk, peek out from this tree, walk out here from this tree, I saw it from down there. It went back behind this tree and walked into the woods back there. And I see nobody. I see no bear. I see no person. They went behind this tree and walked that way. I mean, this isn't the first time I've had a weird experience up here working in the cemetery, but I'm sure it won't be the last, but it's still weird that they're always in the corner of my eye and I can never catch it. But I don't understand. What the fuck?
Fast forward to October 2025. Nate makes a terrifying discovery.
It's like the dead are coming back to life up here. There was just this random hole that appeared overnight. I got it covered right now, but I kind of took a little look down there, and it's pretty crazy. Kind of just, it's like it's a old tunnel or something. It's pretty wild, but I wanted to try to stick my phone down there to see if we can see anything down there. Let's take a look. All right, let's see. Should be, all right, so I got it covered for now. With just a big piece of plywood. And let's see if we can stick this down there. Let's see if we can see. Just showed up out of nowhere. So I just kind of covered it for now, because it's clearly a safety hazard and I don't want the ground giving way, but it's pretty crazy. So for now, we'll keep it covered, and I'll have to pull the backhoe out, depending on how deep it is, and try to backfill it, but hopefully that'll do the trick. But it seems like there's like an underground tunnel system up here, so I don't know if it's back from hundreds of years ago from the battle, but we will yeah, pretty crazy.
A patch of earth in the cemetery has completely sunken in, revealing what looks like an underground tunnel system. 2 days later, he goes back to uncover it. He places a wood sheet over the sinkhole to protect it, but as he tries to remove the wood, listen to the audio. Multiple voices, whispering, pleading with him not to open it. It sounds like a warning from trapped souls.
All right, we are gonna go check that hole or whatever it is. I want to try to see if I can get my phone a little further down. Because I was looking back at the video yesterday, and kind of was able to see down in there, but it was only for a quick second, so I want to try to position it so we can get a better look down there, and hopefully we can see how far back it actually goes, or if it ends at any point. Oh, let's move this board. Alright, so I'm afraid to step on a certain spot, but let's see. Don't do it. Alright, let's see here. Alright. It's so warm down there. I don't know if we could see anything. It's so warm down there. It's crazy. Whew. It's pretty wild. I'm gonna have to grab the backhoe and try to backfill it with some rocky soil and then some softer stuff on top, and then get some sod to put on there. But that's pretty much gonna be the game plan. But like I said, I feel like that there's a tunnel system underneath here. I don't know if it's back from the war, or we'll have to figure it out. But I've noticed areas in the cemetery where it dips down, and when you're walking on it, it just feels different than the rest. So hopefully we can get some answers and go from there. Because it... What the hell was that? What the... I swore something just grabbed my hood. What the fuck?
Nate hears it, panics, and bolts. He should have never gone near that hole, because by looking into the abyss followed him home. December 2025. The golden rule of investigating the paranormal is never let an attachment form. But Nate is at the graveyard every day. It was only a matter of time.
I don't understand. Hello? I swear, something from the cemetery. Ooh. Okay. Okay.
The next morning, he wakes up to the sound of metal scraping.
To the sound. I was in the living room having my coffee. And I was hearing it almost sounded like, not that, sounded like metal clanging, or maybe that. I was hearing something in here. I was literally just sitting in there having coffee. I don't know if this, whatever this is, followed me home from the cemetery, or if that has anything to do with that rotten egg smell. One of the last days I was up at the cemetery before the season. But the fact that it's happened in my home is a little disturbing. But
soon as his back is turned, a kitchen knife is hurled onto the floor. This isn't a poltergeist anymore. This is a targeted demonic attachment, and it is armed. Desperate for answers, Nate finds the keys to an abandoned church located on the cemetery grounds.
For this haunted vault or chapel. So we are going to go in. This will be the first time anybody has been in here for I don't know how long. But we are about to go in here and see what we see. Taking you guys along for the ride. Hopefully these keys work. Oh boy. Okay. What was that? Look at all these dead bees. Oh my God. This is insane. What is that? Hello? Okay.
As soon as he steps inside, the floor is carpeted in thousands of dead bees. In demonology, an infestation of dead flies or bees is a massive red flag, often associated with Beelzebub, the Lord of the Flies, signaling heavy, ancient dark magic. Nate stares into a pitch-black corner. He asks, "What is that?" And out of the absolute silence, a wicked, snarky, elf-like laugh echoes through the empty church. Nate runs for his life, which brings us to the most terrifying piece of footage yet. Nate is in his kitchen, explaining that he constantly hears footsteps walking exactly behind him. As he demonstrates, walking and stopping, you can hear the heavy thud of invisible boots, perfectly mimicking his pace. Then, the tension snaps. He points the camera at the threshold of the living room. You can't see it, but you can hear it, and Nate can feel it.
So we got walking down here. I came down to let the dog out, and as I was just walking from like the steps, like the stairs over here to here, it sounded like every time I was walking, it sounded like there were steps behind me. But there's like it's like every time there was like a step. And then I stop and then it stops. Am I tripping? It's like every time I what the fuck? What in the fuck? Something's stopped there. He's trying to focus on something.
Nate is still uploading to this day, trapped in a waking nightmare of bangs, voices, and objects being thrown at him in his own home. But let's look at the bigger picture, connect the dots. Did the disrespect of a freshly buried woman curse the grounds? Is that sunken tunnel an entrance to something far older, guarded by a shapeshifter who disguises itself as a deer? Or did opening that abandoned church unleash a demonic force, signaled by the dead bees, that has now latched onto Nate's soul? One thing is certain. Nate didn't just find a ghost, he stepped into a spiritual war zone. And the scariest part, it feels like the entity is just getting started. What do you guys think is stalking Nate? Let me know your theories down in the comments below. And if you want to sleep tonight, don't look over your right shoulder. Abandoned hospitals carry a weight other ruins don't. They're vaults of suffering, places where pain lingers in the walls long after the living have left. The Brecon and Radnor Joint Counties Lunatic Asylum has been rotting for 15 years, consumed by nature and decay. Its wards are empty, or so it seems. In paranormal folklore, an abandoned building is never truly empty. This location has been haunted by one particular story. A doctor who worked these halls took his own life inside them. He stayed behind, permanently. His suicide left a presence that refuses to fade. The evidence is fragmented. A photograph taken outside the building captures something in an upper floor window. Not shadows, not tricks of light. A face, unmistakably human, utterly anguished, as if it's been screaming for years. Skeptics have an explanation. Pareidolia, our brains recognizing patterns in chaos. Then there's the footage, a video that surfaced around 2016. Its origins contested. Some claim Honduras, others claim this asylum. The quality is degraded, but something moves within it. A figure emerges from darkness, watching. Then it withdraws, as if aware it's been seen. This isn't a jump scare. No violence, no sudden attack. What terrifies is the intention behind the movement. The figure doesn't lunge, it observes. When you place these pieces together, the photograph, the footage, the hospital's history, a disturbing possibility crystallizes. Something is still there, not a ghost. Something trapped between states, condemned to wander those corridors for eternity, drawn to the living, watching, always watching, waiting for the next person foolish enough to enter. Home is supposed to be sanctuary, the one place where you're safe, where locked doors mean something. But what happens when that safety is shattered in seconds? When a stranger appears from nowhere, intent on crossing that threshold? He didn't speak, didn't rush, didn't break down the door. He simply stood there, staring, waiting. His presence alone was a violation, an intrusion into a space meant only for family. Space between your car and your front door, the moment before you turn that key. That's when threats emerge. Always be aware of who's around you. Always check if someone is following. Always lock that door immediately, because safety isn't guaranteed. It's something you have to actively protect. What started as an ordinary Sunday service became something no one in that congregation would forget. A man stood in the center of the church. Something was wrong. His movements weren't his own. Violent, erratic, possessed. He lunged at the altar, thrashing with inhuman strength. The camera captures the moment chaos erupts in a place meant for peace. Then the congregation moved, in unison, surrounding him. What followed looked like an exorcism, hands on his body, voices raised in prayer. They were fighting for his soul in real time. The footage is raw, unfiltered. This wasn't staged for an audience. This was a spiritual battle caught on camera. Whether you believe in possession or not, one thing is certain. Something deeply disturbing happened inside those church walls that day. This Reddit user went too far into the woods. As he was walking, he noticed something that immediately made his stomach drop. A dark shape was peeking out from behind a tree, facing directly toward him. The figure didn't move. It didn't shift with the wind. It didn't try to hide once it realized it was being filmed. It simply stayed there, watching him in complete silence. For nearly 20 seconds, the shadow remained perfectly still, long enough for him to understand this wasn't an animal and wasn't a trick of lighting. What makes this disturbing is the tree itself. The trunk is thin, far too thin to hide the size of the body you can clearly see exposed. The shadow's shoulders and torso appear wider than the tree could ever conceal. And yet, slowly, the figure begins to retract behind it. It doesn't step back. It doesn't turn away. It just pulls itself behind the tree, as if the tree is far larger than it appears. If that tree couldn't physically hide something that large, then where did it actually go? Urban explorers and graffiti artists are used to the dangers of abandoned places, crumbling floors, jagged metal, or the occasional squatter. But when the YouTuber known as Gorilla Hot Tortilla headed out for a night of painting, he encountered something that didn't just break the law, it broke the laws of physics. The artist is moving through a cluster of abandoned houses, looking for a fresh canvas, but as he pans his camera toward the roof of one structure, he stops dead. Perched on the edge is a figure. It's deathly pale, appearing almost luminous against the dark sky. But watch the descent. This is where the spice comes in. A human jumping from that height would hit the ground with a heavy impact, needing a moment to absorb the shock. This entity, it seems to float down, landing with zero momentum. It doesn't drop. It descends as if the gravity in that specific spot simply doesn't exist. Panic sets in, and for good reason. The figure begins to move toward him, but look at the gait. It isn't running in the traditional sense. There is no head bobbing, no shifting of weight. It looks like it's levitating, sliding across the uneven terrain as if it's on a motorized track. This is a hallmark of what many paranormal investigators call a slide entity or a linear mimic. These things don't have the biological limitations we do. They move through our 3D space like a sprite in a video game that hasn't fully loaded its walking animation. The artist sprints. He's fueled by pure adrenaline, moving at top speed for several minutes. He finally stops, gasping for air, convinced he's lost it in the maze of ruins. He turns the camera back, expecting an empty field, but there it is. Despite the artist's full-out sprint, the pale figure is still there, maintaining the exact same distance. It appears to be walking calmly, almost casually, yet it's covering ground just as fast as a man in a dead run. This is a classic psychological tactic used by predatory entities. They want you to know that no matter how hard you exert yourself, your maximum is their minimum. It isn't just following him, it's pacing him. Medicine has documented a phenomenon called terminal lucidity, a moment when the dying, the ones we've already lost, suddenly return, their eyes open, their bodies move. They're aware, they're present, but they're not alive. Not really. This is footage of exactly that moment, when the line between death and consciousness blurs, and what emerges from that threshold is something no one was prepared to witness. No pulse, no brain activity, declared dead by medical staff. And yet, his eyes opened, his body moved with purpose.